Welcome in, everyone. Thrift Behringer here live from the Muskogee County School District Director of Athletics Office, Kendall Mills. It's our State of the Union we're going to do every month. Coach, thank you so much for having us, man.
Thank you so much. No problem.
First things first, we're in the new office.
Yes.
Which originally the office for Jeff Battles last year and for you at the beginning of the summer was over in the school district office that's off Macon Road. When did you transition over here, and do you like the open space? You were showing me the meeting room that you can host all your ADs here. Do you like the fact that it's
I do like it. I do like it. We're here off Lorenzo Road, right here by the bus barn. People always ask, I said, wherever you see the buses, my office is right over there. It's nice. It's new. It's new. It's an old building, but it's a new office.
Right.
So about my first week or so, we knew we were coming here, and there was wires everywhere. The walls weren't finished, no paint, no flooring, just concrete slab. But plant services and operations did a great job of getting this together, and I'm just happy to be here.
All right, Coach, we talked to you several times now, but again, we're almost through volleyball. Region championships just happened. Flag football is about to get underway. Softball playoffs start next week. Football's in its contender run here in the month of October. How's it going so far in this first quarter, man?
Are you just reading my board?
Right.
It's just high school runs itself.
Right.
You know, and I know the high school schedule. So that's good. That's easy. But it's with the district now, it's elementary, it's middle school. So I try to keep task board of what's going on week by week, just remind myself at where we are in the stages of those sports.
Right.
Swimming practice has started. Basketball will start at the end of the month for high school.
Right.
Basketball for middle school won't start until December. So it's just navigating and make sure we're shuffling those things around and keeping everything planned and organized.
All right, let's start with elementary first, Coach. You got the fun run that is coming up next week, which is every school does this, and they have hundreds of kids they bring and come to participate. It's one of the biggest events we do all year, and regardless, middle school, high school, elementary. Talk about that. And right now, elementary basketball is going on. That comes up next week.
So the beginning of school, my first week, I think an elementary teacher called me and asked about the fun run. And I, like I said, I've been there as an MC, you know, running it, but I didn't know the schedule of it. And I mean, the first week she's asking me, and I was like, what? You know, well, we start our running club soon and we do this. I said, oh, let's get the date. You know, Of course, you got to call the time and crew and just set a date.
Right.
So that's number one, just setting a date. That time and crew's available. The stadiums are available. You know, we do it at Connect Stadium, just like cross country with high school and middle schools. So it's going to come up Tuesday. Of course, it's a break, fall break. So some of them were nervous about that. And I said, this is the date that we have to do this because of football, you know, middle school sports and things like that. So last year we had over 550 runners.
Wow.
This is 3rd through 5th grade. And this year, I think last check we had 480 kids signed up.
Jeez, man.
So it's gonna be great, man. Weather's cooling off, so it shouldn't be too hot, and just have those kids run that mile course, man, and it's gonna be awesome.
I cannot wait. That is coming up. Where is it going to be at?
At Connect Stadium.
At Connect Stadium. It's going to be a lot of fun, an all-day event to come in. Actually, not all day.
We'll start at first race is 3:30 on Tuesday.
Connect. I'll be there supporting the fun run. It's going to be a lot of. I've been a part of those things, man. The kids love it.
They love it.
They love it.
Man.
They don't know where they're running. They're just running.
They're just running.
That's all they're doing.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about elementary basketball, and I want to put a disclaimer out there. Elementary basketball is about developing, Kendall. I think we've talked about this until we're blue in the face, and I know that there's been some cries out there that why are we not keeping score? Why are there no standings? And the whole purpose of Jeff starting this was for kids to have an opportunity and to be active.
Just be active. Learn. Get involved in different sports. Everyone wants to play basketball, you know, be it Parks and Rec leagues or, you know, YMCA, Boys and Girls Clubs. So it's just another opportunity for Muskogee County to jump in. And we run about a 4-week schedule. They'll play on Wednesdays and Saturdays. This Wednesday, the 15th and 18th, will be their final games. I've had a request to extend the season, to start earlier, because some of the PE coaches are really pumped about it.
And they love it.
Love it.
Oh,
they love it. The kids love it. The parents love it. But the timing is the timing. I mean, it's just
So much
it's
going
so
on
much
right
going
now.
on, you know. So you want to make sure we capitalize on those open areas, and that's what we're trying to do.
No doubt about it.
But it's exciting, man. If you haven't been to a elementary basketball game, oh
Woo!
my goodness,
And the parents take it very seriously. Trust me, I know because I was a coach in 2018
Packed
with
house.
Travis Lindsay,
Yeah.
Matthews Elementary, man.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
A packed house. I mean, Spencer Gymnasium was full to the brim watching.
cheerleaders,
Unbelievable.
pep bands.
Yep.
I mean, this is elementary.
Yeah. They're going all
Elementary
out.
cheerleaders, and me and my wife. My wife helps with the dance team at Hardaway, and she's a former dancer, and she'll film the girls, dancing at halftimes or whatever, and we're amazed because these girls are not practicing half as much as a high school team would practice.
No doubt.
But they are on point, man. It's awesome. It's crazy.
All right, Coach. Now let's talk about the fact that is there a possibility, and we're going to move on from elementary, is there a possibility that this becomes more of a, I don't want to say sanctioned sport, but just like we do with the middle school, where it becomes a city championship. Every elementary school has a regular season. I just feel like logistically trying to do that with everything else you got going, it'll probably be a nightmare.
Well, let's look at it this way. Some of the coaches aren't trained basketball coaches.
No doubt.
Okay. We want the kids to have fun. All right. Now, if you start putting these stipulations and these types of things out there, what are you going to change the rules to?
Right.
You're just going to open it for high school rules? You can press, you can trap, you can do this all over the court.
And then the kids are not learning.
Correct,
Right.
correct. And they're not enjoying it. So we want for it to be an enjoyable experience and something that they'll enjoy and remember. We have guidelines set up. You can't press, but you can do things once they cross half court.
Right.
But you take some teams, you got high school teams sometimes can't get the ball past half court.
What do you think an elementary school's going to do?
What is a little, and then you got co-ed division, you got a boys division and a girls division.
Right.
To somehow formulate a tournament or a schedule where
no
there's
way.
someone crowned a champion, it'd be an NBA season.
Right. It'd be long.
There's 31 elementary schools, there's 32 NBA teams.
And exactly. And again, we're losing the focus of why we
Right,
started this,
right,
which
right.
is about developing
Just
young
develop,
athletes.
just develop.
No doubt about it, Coach.
Yeah.
All right, so now let's go to middle school. We just got done with flag football championships. The middle school season is going on right now. In the regular season, they're played at the schools
Yes.
on Wednesdays, but championships coming up here in the next couple of weeks. This middle school season goes by like
It goes
that.
by quick.
Any updates you want to give in the middle school football?
Look, every Wednesday there's games all over the city. And there's nothing like the parental support is awesome for our middle schoolers. And they are competing at the highest level.
No doubt.
And their coach's goal, I would say to them, is to get that kid to make a high school team. We always focus on, what level we're coaching, but still your job or your goal is to make sure that kid aspires to play at the next level.
No doubt.
And I don't want a middle schooler thinking about the NFL or college.
Right.
Your next level is high school.
Right.
A high schooler's next level is college.
Right.
A college player's next level is the pros.
Right.
So I don't want to get caught up with I'm the next this, I'm the next that. Just be the best version of yourself at the level you're at. And if you're the best at that level, hopefully it goes with you to the next level.
Yeah, and I really have been impressed what I've seen from the middle school with the development there, Coach. Flag football, we had our champion, which was Fort over Midland. All right, now let's get into high school. Volleyball region championships just happened. Congratulations to Carson Lay and the Columbus Blue Devils. They took down Shaw. Kendrick beat Hardaway.
5th straight region title.
5 straight. And they made it to the semifinals last year.
Right.
Just an incredible program Coach Lay's got.
Does a great job. And she's been with the district now 7 years maybe. She's done a phenomenal job, To take over a really good program and keep it and sustain it, she's done a great job.
Yeah, and it's hard to be able to do that, Coach.
Absolutely.
Now let's talk about softball. We just had Northside. They ended up losing to Central Carroll, but they're still one of the top teams in the state.
Right.
They are right now, I think, 3rd in the region, so they'll have to be on the road and win 2 playoff games to make it to South Commons. We know about Shaw. They are your region champs for the 2A classification. So congratulations to Shaw and Columbus. Any other news or notes? Because I know we have those playoffs starting next week, leading into the final week of October for the South Commons.
So the things that you don't know that GHS has started, recently, they do bracket releases. So I think the softball bracket release Zoom call is today.
Okay.
I think the brackets will be out later today or early tomorrow. Volleyball's bracket release is on Saturday.
You remember having to wait for those.
You got to wait for those.
Power aching.
And now I'm on the other side where I got to make sure transportation is ready. So here, in the office early, just make sure you can reserve the buses, charter buses, or whatever we're going to need for all our teams that's going to be traveling. And I can't give them a time or a destination or anything till the brackets are released. So we're just sitting here, we're waiting, and the coaches know that if they get the information before I do, email me, call me, and I'll take care of everything from the business side on this end. And then they'll be loading up on Tuesday. 2A plays on Tuesday. So you got, volleyball. Tuesday, volleyball. You'll have Kendrick and Hardaway hitting the road.
Yep.
Wednesday, softball. They'll be hitting the road, those 3 and 4 seeds, and we'll just go from there, man.
Can't wait. We'll be giving you coverage always. Muskogee County Athletics, home on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. All right, Kendall, final thing before we take a break, because we are going to talk about the new GHSA ruling about reclassification and the brackets, is let's go to football. Let's start last night. Midtown Showdown. Brainchild of
classic of all classics.
Mills. Last night belonged to Columbus, though, but I really like that we're really – I feel like there were a lot of people there, more alumni are showing support and really taking onus of this thing that you started last year.
Yep. Like I said, I was at Hardaway for 21 years, and the Columbus-Hardaway rivalry was huge.
Right.
I mean, I remember students trying to go, borrow the mascot from the other team or egging the driveways, just anything.
Well, you're really close to each
other.
Right.
You're right down the road. You're less than a mile apart. Or the other school would come over and do donuts on our practice field in cars. I'm not going to name those schools because I got to be biased right now. But so, of course, I get with Coach McCoy, Coach Mathis, who's AD at Columbus at that time, and we just started talking. And the principals were, how can we juice this thing up again, bring it back some luster into the city, and just cornered the Midtown Showdown, man. So the second annual was last night. Yeah. I hope it continues on and on forever, and we'll see how it goes.
I know Richard Holdridge had a ton of fun calling it. Columbus High goes to 6-1. Wow, on the season.
They look good.
Yeah, they do, and they look like one of the most improved teams. And right now, they still have a chance to finish second in the region. They got Sumter County and Spencer left on their schedule. Carver and Sumter. I'll be driving down there, Coach. You
big game tonight.
Miss Linda are going down there as well. What's your expectations or any words you want to give out to the community when they go down and support the Tigers against Sumter County?
Come to support Carver Tigers, Muskogee County School District. Respect yourself with dignity, show pride. And I used to always say this to my basketball team. Someone's going to win and someone's going to lose. But we want to compete at the highest level. We want our athletes and spectators to be safe, be careful on the road, but come and have a great time. Enjoy the game for what it is, and we'll get there and hopefully come home with a victory.
A region championship.
That's right. Region
Jarvis
championship.
Jones
That's right.
Against Will Rogers, undefeated versus undefeated. Cannot wait. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the new ruling in the Georgia High School Athletic Association. Right up after this break, it's State of the Union with Kendall Mills on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Glenn Smith Truck Month is here. Get massive savings on GMC Sierras and Canyons. Check them out. Full-size GMC Sierras up to $14,500 off. GMC Canyons up to $5,000 off. Or take advantage of 0% financing, plus no payments until next year. At Glenn Smith GMC Opelika. Now in our 33rd year. Get ready to smile.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
For work or play, it's Glenn Smith Chevrolet. Silverado and Colorado's ready to roll for Chevy Truck Month. Get going in a powerful new full-size Chevrolet Silverado with discounts up to $13,500 off. Test drive the mid-size Chevy Colorados. Big performance and big discounts up to $5,000 off. People from all over the USA are coming to Glenn Smith Chevrolet. Get ready to drive and get ready to smile.
Even though I'm away at college, Kinetic Credit Union is still the best way for me to stay connected here and at home. With the Kinetic mobile app, I have control of my accounts wherever I go. I can easily transfer money between internal and external accounts, get money faster by setting up recurring transfers, and I can find the nearest ATM or branch right from my phone. Plus, I can add my Kinetic cards to my phone's digital wallet and enjoy quick, secure, contactless payments. By the way, Mom, I need some more money.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location, being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
We got a former All-American here who coached at Auburn, was an incredible NBA scout.
Man.
No, but my good friend Kendall Mills.
I was looking around like someone just walking
Someone
the door.
else? Who are we talking about? But I'm with my good friend Kendall Mills, the Director of Athletics here in Muskogee County. We do this every month, the State of the Union coach. And I had a lot of fun talking about all the different sports at elementary, middle school,
Right.
and high school. Now let's talk about this new ruling. Instead of me butchering it, I'm going to let you kind of talk about and summarize this new ruling the GHSA just came out with.
So it's going to be a few changes, of course. This is a reclass year.
Right.
Though those meetings are taking place. I was at one 2 weeks ago and this past week as well. The numbers are being gathered. Your school enrollment counts across the state are being gathered. And we're hoping that those numbers, plus your multiplier, everyone knows about the dreaded multiplier. You have out-of-zone kids. So it's not a penalty, but they count them as 3. Okay. So each school has to submit that number to GHSA, and they put that with your enrollment counts. And that's where you come up with your classification.
Gotcha.
Okay, whatever those numbers are, that's what your class ends up being.
Okay.
So first, hopefully by November 1st, the state will release what your class is.
So we'll already know if the Muskogee County, 7 of the 8 schools are going to be in different regions, classifications, whatever it may
correct.
be.
That information comes out first. You get a week to appeal that if you want to. 1 week, 6 days to appeal those. And that's something Dr. Lewis and myself, our team will talk about and discuss if we want to appeal something once it comes out.
Right.
Then after those appeals are heard, then they put you in regions. And then once your region assignments are out to the public, of course, and to schools, you have 6 days to appeal those. Then everything is finalized. Normally it's before Thanksgiving. Hopefully it is again because you don't want to go into Christmas break with
the unknown.
Everyone want to make their football schedules first.
Right.
But we know before December we'll have everything finalized.
Gotcha.
That way you can start working on your schedules for football. And everything's based off football when you do scheduling your region and things like that. But that's how the classification, that's how it works. To anyone that doesn't know, that's how it works.
And I'm glad you said all that.
I'm not making the decision.
Right. They think that you
Right,
decide
right.
who's going
Right.
where.
I'm not making a decision. The director of athletics in Metro Atlanta, he's not making the decision. It's from GHSA. Okay. The new rules that will take place the 26-28 cycle will be the power ranking system.
Okay.
Everyone will be power ranked. Right now, the system is set up where your region champion and your region runner-up get home games at the first round of state. Next year, with the power rankings, it's only going to guarantee your region champion a home game in the first round. If you're a region champion, let's say you're in a bad region. Now, when I say bad, not as competitive as other regions. Okay. And you're 18th in the power ranking, but you were the region champ, they're going to bump you to 16 and bump everyone down to make sure you get a home game.
Right.
But your runner-up, your third place, fourth place,
you
may not make it at all.
How do you feel about that?
I don't have a problem with it.
As a former coach, how do you feel about it?
But you know what? This came up in the last meeting. So if you're going to power rank everyone, why have regions? There's no reason to have a region.
And Coach, I'm bringing this up just real quick. GIAA does the same thing. Now, obviously, they don't have near as many schools, but in their Florida classification, there's about 20 schools. That they do kind of put them in regions, but when they do their final power rankings, they don't care if you came in first place or fourth place.
Right.
It's about strength of schedule and everything else that goes into into that process. So, how do you feel like if they're going to do that, why even have region at this point?
I'm doing this role, but I understand why have a region.
Right.
And I've been here a long time, so sometimes you're put in a region where travel is an issue.
No doubt.
So now you're looking at financial side. Of course, that's where I am right now, looking at all these things. So if you don't put me in a region, now I can go out and schedule my own games against whoever I want. If I want to go schedule, if I'm 2A, if I want to go get 20 2A schools, that's who I play.
Right.
You can power rank me. But if I want to play, if I'm 3A, but I want to play 5A schools, you're still going to rank me.
Right.
Right? But don't penalize me for playing up.
Right.
You know, if I'm playing a Norcross, why should I be penalized if I'm not in that classification?
No doubt.
So when it's brought up at the AD meetings, I mean, I understand, but I my voice right now, I don't think it's strong enough to voice it all the time.
Right.
Because I'm one of those people, I want to learn my role first.
You got to understand it.
I want to understand everything before I have to put my foot in my mouth, or I don't want to give anyone some communications that's incorrect.
All right.
So I'm learning. But when these things are brought up, I mean, it makes you think about that.
Right.
And I don't know what the reclass committee would do at GHSA. There's people been involved in these things that's been doing it for a long time.
No doubt.
But smaller districts, I say we're a large district, but you don't want to hurt your rural areas.
Yeah.
And I use it Bainbridge in Cable, for example. We're in the region with them. Well, there's nothing around them, so they have to travel regardless.
Right.
But to make a Columbus school go to Bainbridge on a Tuesday night,
It doesn't make any sense
to
when
play
you go.
tennis.
Come on.
Right? You drive 3 hours for a 30-minute match, and you
Right.
get right back on your bus, and you're paying for drivers. You got to feed your kids. You got to do. It's a financial obligation.
Are they putting that into account? Do they care, the GHSA, or they feel like if they do that for Muskogee County, they're going to have to do that for every other
anyone.
county that's around the area, around the state?
And that's why one of the biggest things with GHSA is everything's appealable.
Right.
And I don't say that in a positive way or a negative way, but everything's appealable.
Right.
They'll hear you. But I don't know what goes on in those rooms.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not there yet.
Oh, listen, I'm not against power rankings. I understand that process in it because we have seen in years past, Coach, where there would be a region that potentially could have 6 playoff teams, only 4 of them because how tough it is. And there's another region where it's just like flip a coin. Some bad team's going to make the playoff.
You got a region with 4 or 5, and 4 to 5 are going to get in.
Right.
And they may not be good.
Right.
So now you're getting they're a 1 seed. They're going to play a good 4, and they're going to get smacked.
And we've seen that so many times.
They're going to get smacked.
Coach.
Yeah.
So instead of doing that, and then again, that number 4 having to travel to a place that they should not be traveling, they could be undefeated or be like 7-3 taking on a region champ that's 5-5, should not be hosting a playoff game. But that's how it was. So I don't have a problem with that aspect of it. But in the reclassification part, I hope for our schools
Yeah.
that there doesn't have to be a bunch of travel because we've
When-
seen that in years past.
When I was coaching girls basketball, we would have some battles. Shout out to my guy Sterling Hicks,
Yeah.
Anson Hunley, all these guys. We coached girls for a long time, and we were a tough region.
Yeah.
Shaw was good. I mean, every school was
Loaded.
good here. So if you were a 4 seed or a 3, it didn't matter because you felt confident going
You were
on the road.
battle tested, baby.
I remember being a 4 seed going to play Woodward Academy. Woodward Academy had a girl going to North Carolina. In pregame, the referees weren't out there yet. I mean, they watch it when boys are warming up, but the girl grabbed the rim.
Right.
And I said, oh, my goodness, we're in trouble. But we won the game.
Yeah.
So,
Battle tested.
yeah. So them being a 1 seed didn't phase us at all. I'm an underdog type of guy, so in those types of experience, I would always tell my team, I don't care what we come in.
Right.
I'd rather go on the road. I want to go upset someone than to come home or to be at home and not get the support we want or
Yeah.
need. Let's just go on the road. Take it on the road, and that way your friends will hear about it, and we'll come back and we're still advancing to the next round.
But I think there's a message in there that I'm going to say you don't have to, Coach. It's like we got to be better at supporting all the schools and all the teams in this area because there are many times I'll go to games and I'm just not seeing the fan support. Remember, I understand some of these teams may not be great, but we are there for the kids.
Right.
We're there to support the kids. I don't care if it's 0-9 versus 0-9. It should be packed to the house.
Yeah,
Alumni
yeah.
should come out and support those two schools when they're battling it out. Coach,
Absolutely.
final thing.
Yep.
Office hours, baby.
Yeah.
It's been a fun year, man, and the crew's back. We just had a show last week. We'll have another one hopefully coming up this week.
Yep.
How's it been going so far for all the ADs, and now you being in your new role?
Yep.
How's the dynamic been, man?
It's still the same. We're still the same people. Titles have changed. Everyone got a promotion except Coach Kegler. Everyone moved up the ladder. Coach Kegler stayed where he was.
Yeah.
But we have a good time. I mean, we are able to have fun, some comedic moments, but we're able to share our knowledge, our wisdom. Like I said before, the show is designed to help any other AD out there or a young coach and give them tidbits on things they could do with their programs.
Right.
We're not telling anyone what to do because the 4 of us have different views on how we've done it.
Right.
But we're able to share that with the public, and that's what I get out of it.
I love it.
Man. I'm trying to start a little, not a book club, but if we end every show on a serious note,
I like that. You can have your comedic moments, but there needs to be an opportunity for y'all to give very informative and good information out there.
Exactly. As long as we're all sharing that, it's all in. It's business, it's fun, it's real life experiences that we're sharing with everyone, and we enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, you can watch it again next week, a part of Georgia Alabama Sports Love.
Oh, yeah.
Coach, thank you so much.
Thank you so
Had
much.
a lot of fun catching up with you, man, and enjoy the rest of the year. We'll talk to you again in November, and we'll see.
We'll be swimming, basketball, wrestling, everything be going on.
And then football playoffs, we'll know if
That's
softball's
right.
got a state champion, how did volleyball finish up.
Exactly.
It's Kendall Mills State of the Union every month here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live from Muskogee County School District. We'll see you next time. And don't forget tonight, Sumter County, Carver.
Sumter
baby.
County. Head to
7:30.
Americas, everyone. Come on down to Americas. Be safe on that road.
We'll see you next time.